the notification last time, so. No, nothing yet.
No, he gets a notification. He go to
He'll let me know after a minute.
we live.
You live?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. So nicely. Got a good angle? Good angle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good angle? Sound good enough in the picture. Oh yeah, perfect. I didn't think I was gonna be in a good angle. Thought I was gonna be more over to this side. That's cool. Yo, I'll be like, hold on, let me take my jacket off. We like kind of matching today. What's going on here? Starting a new year? New year, new us, man.
Great
We
minds
matching.
think alike, man.
You matching today?
Great minds think alike.
Woke up, the hats on, you know, it's kind of chilly out. It's like fucking like 25 degrees outside.
It's
Like,
not. It's colder than that. It's like 7, bro.
no, I checked in my
Dude, it's gotta be like 7.
I checked
It's,
in my car, it was like 25
it's
degrees.
cold as hell, bro.
It is definitely cold. Which way you came? If you go
It's
down,
20, okay, it's 22. It
Okay.
warmed up.
but this morning was like 9 degrees though.
Yeah,
It was like 9
it was
degrees
like
this morning.
stupid cold. I got on a thermal under this, man. I got on Star Labs thermal. I was gonna take this off and wear it, but it's too cold.
Yeah, I got this and I got another shirt on, but I had a jean jacket, so I mean I'm blasting my heat up to like 90 when it's cold. So, what's going on, you guys? Our first Nerd Talk of 2018. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you guys had a nice holiday. Hope you guys had a nice Christmas. The last time we did Nerd Talk, we talked about Star Wars, and that was a while ago. I look back, I said, man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I've uploaded a lot of content since then.
Well, it took 2 weeks off, man.
Yeah, it's a regular break.
Yeah.
You know, but it just felt weird. I was like, damn, not doing Nerd Talk. I'm like, but it was New Year, so it's cool.
I like taking those breaks. I think we should take a break at the end of the year. Maybe take a break at the summer.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. Or at least like around like when it's a nice time period, take a break. Like you're right, summertime's probably a decent time.
Yeah.
Because it gets kind of hard doing this each week, especially us now that you're about to have your son. You know.
About to have a kid, man.
So now that's more like, okay, if you can't come, that's okay. I understand. You got more important things to worry about. You know, you got another life to take care of. You go ahead and take care of that. I oblige you.
Man, my son gonna be on the show though.
Oh yeah.
when he get old enough.
I remember when we was me and mine was reviewing Harry Potter. Cameron was on one of the reels. And he was just literally trying to touch the camera. It's like, Cameron, stop. But what's going on, you guys? I'm here with my boy John, and this we're not gonna talk about that much news. It's the beginning of the year. Nothing really came out. I think the only movie came out this year was Insidious so far.
Yeah.
You said it was good though.
It was good.
I'm scared to go see it. I don't like fourth entries in horror films.
But like I said, when I text you, like this Insidious is the Rogue One of the Insidious.
So it's like
it takes place
right
before the first one.
Wow, so I might need to go see it. And I heard it's not that bad though.
It's not that bad. Obviously it's not as good as the first one.
Nothing's ever.
It's probably equal to the second one. It's definitely better than the third one.
Okay. I didn't like the third one that much.
I thought the third one was okay. It was a movie. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just there.
Right.
But it's definitely better than the third one. Not as good as the first one. So 2 and 4 are probably equal.
Yeah.
The story comes full circle.
Okay.
You see Elise's origins as a child.
Kid. Okay.
And why she is the way she is. Like why she's been by herself most of her life until she met up with Specs and I forgot the other dude's name.
Lee Winnell, he's the writer, and he actually directed this third movie.
Yes. Yeah, I think he did the third one and the fourth one.
He didn't direct the fourth. He didn't do the fourth. It's a new guy doing the fourth. It's someone new doing the fourth. He went straight to writing for this one.
Okay. That makes sense because that does explain why it felt a little different. Mm-hmm. This is the funniest one of the four. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of humor in this. Okay. But it does. I mean, it doesn't make it a funny movie. It's just you can tell there's a lot more humor. Okay.
But yeah, I'll say I'll probably go check it out. I don't know. I might have to do it on some random night. Steph don't like scary movies, so I might go see it by myself. So like I said, there's nothing really that came out yet. We're gonna reminisce on what we liked 2017. That we're gonna go into. We're gonna talk about our most anticipated movies of 2018. Yes. This is gonna be a big year because there's a lot of big hitters coming out. We're not going to get into that much right now. I want to go ahead and talk about what we're going to miss about 2017, what some good things about it, because this year was pretty good. There was a pretty lot of good stuff.
Very good year for movies, man.
Some stinkers. We obviously knew what were going to be the stinkers. I'm glad I didn't go see them in theaters. Transformers. I'm glad I didn't go see those. And that I want to talk about Jodie Foster came on and made a comment about big budget movies, how it made the audience viewing like terrible, kind of like how we don't really like watch movies as much as we used to because of how the big budget, how the big blockbusters started and stuff like that.
She's absolutely right.
And I didn't want to say that, but the only reason why I say it's a problem that she said that is because some of the big names that we know of started the big blockbuster, like Steven Spielberg, like James Cameron, like some of the greatest filmmakers have started the big blockbuster.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Exactly. And she is right about, especially this year, we had some big blockbusters came out this year that weren't that good. I mean, not saying they were good, but they didn't live up to expectations.
That's the thing. The bar has been set so high. Because of these great filmmakers, right. and we want movies to knock it out of the park every single time. Right. Much like Marvel, not every single time, but
it seemed like she was picking on. She was picking on superhero mostly because most likely that's the most obviously those are the biggest budgets.
But I mean Marvel has 2 or 3 hiccups in there, 16, 17, however many movies they got. But it just it hurts the rest of the film industry because we want to we have this bar set so high when the movies don't meet that bar, they're automatically trash. Like it's just complete garbage just because it didn't meet that bar. Like there are so many gray areas in between perfect and trash.
That's true. That's true.
But I understand why she said that, and I even understand why she singled out superhero movies, especially Marvel, because Marvel has done what they're doing so well.
Exactly.
Not every genre, but almost every genre is trying to copy what they're doing. Not just superhero movies. We have a Conjuring universe.
Yeah, and then you think about the Dark Universe, and they try to do the Mummy, the Wolfman, and they technically trying to do the same thing.
They ain't doing that no more.
Transformers trying to make their own cinematic universe. So everyone's trying to do the cinematic universe thing, but in my opinion, I don't want everyone to do that. I want everyone to stick to what they know is just make singular movies. Everything doesn't have to connect. Yeah. The only reason why Marvel does so well because it's a comic book series. These characters are supposed to connect.
Yeah, the world is so rich.
They're supposed to connect. The only person that really supposed to be, only studio that's supposed to be doing this is DC. That's really it. There's all the
and I don't mind.
The Dark Universe is something that you can really put all those characters together if you want to, but I really don't want like the Mummy and the Wolfman being the same universe.
And I don't mind the Conjuring universe because I like the Conjuring universe. Obviously I don't like all the movies in the Conjuring. I didn't like Annabelle or like
that. The first one.
Yeah. However, I liked it more than other people liked it.
Yeah.
I probably
like it. There was one good scene in that movie. That was about it.
I wouldn't buy it on Blu-ray, but you hold on. Hold on.
I have no Blu-ray.
You don't like it and you bought it?
I haven't even opened it yet.
Why'd you buy it?
I think it was like $5 or so. It was Black Friday. It had to be Black Friday. I bought Transformers the last night.
I'll give you that.
Because I bought Transformers last night.
I'll give you that because I bought I bought Fan 4 Stick because it was $5.
You bought Fan 4 Stick?
It was $5. The movie is worth $5. It's not worth much more than that.
I was definitely gonna buy it as well, but I skipped that. I bought Superman Returns as well. I bought Superman Returns over that.
Man, you know what? I bought that and then I was like, why did I buy this?
Superman Returns?
Yeah.
Same here.
I only spent $3 on it.
It was $5 at City Games. Yeah. I spent $5, but I only picked. I said, man, what's the harm? What's the harm of it? I think about like it's not that it's a bad superhero movie. It just didn't boring. It just didn't live up to the expectations of what we were promised.
Yeah, basically it was Superman 3.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the direct sequel to Superman 2 right. of the Donner movies, because it completely ignores 3 and Quest for Peace. Mm. But I mean, it was cool for what it was. I was just bored by it. Yeah. I wanted action.
But we're going on a tangent. But go ahead into 2017. We're going some highlights and good things. I want to go ahead and just throw some things out. You know, I was very happy that Wonder Woman was a success.
Yes.
I recently watched it again. I'm very upset I didn't put it in my top 10. But does it really deserve to be in the top 10? I don't really know. I probably have to watch it a couple more times. I was watching it thinking of. I think the reason what makes this a top 10 is that this movie is very timeless. The movie is very timeless, that you can watch it probably 10 years from now and still show a lot of relevance to women directors, the superhero, the woman being the base of a franchise, things like that. That's why I looked at it as. I'm so happy that Marvel had three successful films. It's right at the gate. They all were good. You know how you would look at it and be like, oh, that one wasn't that good, you know. But this year they had each one, Thor, Guardians, and Spider-Man was amazing. They're all good. This year was a good year for superhero films.
It was a pretty good year.
I didn't see Kingsman. People didn't really like Kingsman that much. I didn't see Kingsman though. That's a scrub.
People didn't like it?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but it was a very mixed bag.
I liked it. It wasn't as good as the first one, as most sequels are, right. But I enjoyed it. It's not a bad movie at all. It's not bad.
I haven't rushed out to see it because no one's told me you have to see it. That's why I haven't bought it yet. I didn't see it Black Friday. I would have picked it up Black Friday, but I didn't see it.
I enjoyed it very much.
This year was a pretty good year for horror films on the low. I mean, we had some good ones. What came out?
We had a great one.
Annabelle, It. What else?
I guess you could call it Get Out.
Get Out, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
psychological, yeah. I say this year was a pretty good year. I look back, I'm like,
you know what? I haven't seen many movies last year that I didn't like.
Yeah.
The only one that I could probably live without is Guardians Volume 2.
Yeah, I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's an MCU movie. I'm glad I saw it, but like you said, do I really want to watch it again? Is it something obviously I'm going to watch it again going into the road to Infinity War, but
right.
Like I'm watching it, it's not like I'm very pumped to see it, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the first Guardians, I didn't go to the theater to see that as well. My mom got it for me on Blu-ray for Christmas, and I watched it, and I dreaded myself so much. I said, God damn, I missed an excellent theater experience. I know I did. Because it wasn't the same as watching a Blu-ray and watching the theater. I already knew that.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't see it.
I didn't see Guardians first. I didn't see Guardians Volume the first one. I didn't see it in the theaters. I held back and waited. But
you didn't see either of them in theaters?
No, I didn't see either of them in theaters. And I kind of upset myself. I missed the good. I know I missed a good theater experience. I know I did.
You did.
I wasn't mad. I didn't see Spider-Man: Homecoming in theaters either. I missed out on that one as well.
What?
Yeah, I didn't miss out on. This summer was very, it's a lot of things going on, man. There was a lot of things going on this summer. You know that. You know. I'm very happy I saw those films though. But I do agree with you. That'd probably be the one I probably would won't be like, oh yeah, that's not in my top 10 of the year. I'm very happy Get Out was a success. That's probably still my second favorite movie of the film. Baby Driver is probably third. You need to see that movie. That movie is really good. But I haven't seen a lot of movies that came out though. Like I heard that was really good. I I want to see the Disaster Artist. I want to see The Shape of Water. I want to see Call Me by Your Name. I want to see The Post. I want to see all these movies that's coming out so much that I heard is really good. I didn't see Bright. Did you see Bright?
I saw Bright.
What do you think of it?
Bright was good.
It was good. Is it worth the sequel? They already announced the sequel. Is it worth the sequel?
I heard that they greenlit the sequel. They definitely set a foundation for I guess a universe.
Right.
I could see a sequel. Okay. I could see a sequel.
Okay.
I probably give it like a B minus.
B minus.
It felt like you've seen Zootopia, right?
No.
You haven't seen Zootopia?
Not yet.
Zootopia. What year is Zootopia?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, okay. That's still fairly new.
2000.
Well, it's probably 15. I think 15.
15.
Yeah.
Zootopia was probably one of Zootopia was top 3 movies of whatever year it came out.
I feel like when I watch, I need to sit down and watch it. I heard it's that type of film. I can't watch it
excellent film.
I can't watch it when I'm at work. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's an excellent film. But yeah, it was basically like Zootopia as far as what they were talking about with social issues like race and gentrification and things like that, class discrimination and things like that. But it also felt like Training Day.
Yeah, I heard that. I say it's like Training Day meets something. It's like they mixed Training Day and went, obviously the magical elements of it.
And it felt a little bit like Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
Yeah. Okay. Just with the elf character, and Lilu. The elf character felt like Lilu.
Okay. Yeah, Steph was watching it, and I walked in and I said, I can't watch from this part.
I
had to watch from the beginning because I was lost. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I think it was in the scene where Will Smith is getting attacked by these Hispanic guys or something like that, and like I'm like, nah, I don't understand what's going on here.
That's well into the movie.
So I started to check that out, but that's the only thing I'm a little upset about. I haven't really watched a lot of movies yet. I always wait for them to come on Blu-ray, and that's what I watch. That's what I did a couple years ago when when Spotlight and all that was coming out. I bought those on Blu-ray, and that's how I watched. I never watched them in theaters, regardless of how much everyone raved about them.
Yeah, but Bright, the tone was a little all over the place. It didn't really know what kind of movie it wanted to be. Did you want to be funny? You want to be serious? It was just.
I felt that.
Yeah,
I felt that
it was
tone.
definitely all over the place. That was one thing that I didn't like because it reminded me of the bad things of Suicide Squad.
I was thinking that. Suicide Squad a little bit, the tone wise. I felt
but
seeing those scenes.
This movie is a little bit better.
Because the same person did this movie, did Suicide. Okay, he did Suicide Squad as well, right?
Yeah. Okay. It's better than Suicide Squad.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I like the aesthetic of the movie. They did take the magical element seriously.
Okay.
They didn't make that part of it a joke. They took it very seriously. And if magic were real, I would expect it to be like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I probably have to check it out. It's all it has all the things I do like.
They treat magic almost as if it's like drugs.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense because if people had the ability to hold magic, they would use it as a drug.
Yeah.
People would overuse it if they had the ability. So that does make sense. I'll probably have to check it out. Last year was pretty funny with coming to Rotten Tomatoes, the ratings, all that type of stuff. Obviously with Star Wars and Bright too. Bright had a very huge drop. Even when Justice League had a huge drop within the score and everything. It's
Bright. See, Bright had. I'm glad you mentioned Justice League. Bright had the same issue that Justice League had.
Right, with the critics and the
critics
hated
it, but the audience was like, "This is pretty good."
Yeah.
So,
but it was a funny year because even with something like Star Wars, where you hear a lot of mixed things, but the Rotten Tomatoes score is a 92. I mean.
I don't get that.
That makes no sense. There's no way the Rotten Tomatoes score would be not 92 if it's a very divisive film. Right. People talking about they hate it's the worst Star Wars movie they've ever seen, stuff like that. It was a funny year. It was a funny year. But I'm so glad we got through it. Now we're in 2018. We got a lot of stuff to look forward to within these upcoming months. I'll probably want to go within timeline of what's coming out within. There's a lot of stuff coming out this year, but I'm gonna just go ahead and throw out what obviously we're gonna talk about. What we're most excited for, most likely is gonna be comic book stuff and horror stuff. There's other things that I'm excited about, but I'm not gonna talk about it that much because it's not that much information about it. But the stuff that we do know about, that's what we're gonna talk about. First thing that comes out February, we have obviously Black Panther. I'm very excited about that. I looked at the timeline of how the movies you can watch to get to Infinity War. Black Panther kind of messes everything up because it comes out in February. So you literally have to skip like I already started Iron Man, so I got Iron Man 2, then it comes Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, then I have to skip that and watch Black Panther because it comes out in that middle point. So that's gonna go out of sync.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because if you watch a Marvel movie each week, including Black Panther.
I see what you're saying, because Black Panther comes out so soon.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like it comes out before Infinity. Yeah. It comes out in February, so you have to literally skip. Well, you would not watch that movie in the lineup. You'll watch Black Panther instead of watching what comes next in the lineup. Yeah. So I looked at it and said, no, I put a post on Facebook of how to watch the movies. And I said, no, I can't do it that way because I have to watch Black Panther when it comes out. So that includes
in
the time.
I'm waiting until closer to Infinity War to watch all of them in order. I'm probably gonna watch multiple movies a week.
Yeah, I'm doing it each one a week because my schedule doesn't allow me to do that. So that's why I'm just doing it each week. Obviously, we're gonna do a review for Black Panther, do a spoiler review as well. So that kind of messed that up too. Yeah. So I'm doing a review for all the movies I didn't review for Marvel. Like I already did. I'll probably do a review. I was thinking I was gonna do re-reviews for them, but I said nah. I already did a review. We did a review for Civil War. We did Doctor Strange, and we did that's it. I think those only two. And we did Thor. So I don't have to do those movies. I have to review everything else. They're kind of upset I didn't do a review for Spider-Man or Guardians or that's it for that last year. So I have to review those again. We'll have to do reviews for those. So going back to Black Panther, this is probably my second most anticipated next to Infinity War, but this is my second most anticipated because just everything about this has looked amazing. I haven't seen not one bad thing about this besides Michael B. Jordan's delivery of some of his lines. I don't see him as a bad guy, but I don't think he's really going to be a bad guy. I see him more as trying to think of another villain that's he's not really bad, but I think Andy Serkis's character is really the bad guy, and Michael B. Jordan's not really
Ulysses Claw.
Right, he's the true villain, and I think Michael B. Jordan is just he's that fine line where he's a villain or he's like an anti-type, But
I agree. That is definitely my second most anticipated movie of this year. I'm biased. I'm gonna say that now. I've already decided to like him.
What, Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yeah, because someone put up a post saying Black Panther's ass. I'm just gonna imply saying it's good because we're black.
Absolutely.
And I said, I put a post saying it's not gonna be trash. It's Marvel. When's the last trash movie they put out? Thank you. That's all I have to say. Someone posted, I said it's not gonna be trash. I put my hand. I just give all my money to Marvel because I trust them. There are 20. They're going to be 20-something movies within this franchise. Why haven't we accept that their movie's going to be good already? Like, why can't we just accept it? I mean, why?
I try to go into every movie with an open mind. But
Black Panther was one of the best parts of Civil War.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This particular movie, it ain't even about that. It's Black Panther. It's Black Panther.
Right.
I've already decided to like it.
No, well, I put, like I said, I tweeted, someone tweeted like, they were talking about Black Panther, and I'm like, he's already become like one of my favorite Marvel characters within MCU. Just by the way they set him up, by the way his character is, and especially with this movie, this movie is basically gonna be going the fine line between him being a king and a superhero, and we're gonna see that balance out. Obviously, I think in Infinity War, I don't think Black Panther is just gonna accept to become an Avenger. I think obviously he sees his homeland is gonna.
He was like, man, obviously Wakanda is gonna be his priority. He was like, man, y'all can
have that superhero.
Y'all can avenge over there. Like, I gotta deal with this.
And I really hope they try to address that in this movie. I hope they do talk about the events that he did in Civil War. That's the one thing I want to talk about, because they keep it Winter Soldier a secret. No one knows that he's there. Obviously, no one knows that. Right. And I want to know, is he going to be? That's the one thing I want to know. What's going to be the end credit scene? What's going to be the end credit scene? Obviously, going to lead into Infinity War, but what's going to be the end credit scene? Are we going to see Winter Soldier wake up? Are we going to see like them go there? Like, that's the one thing I'm ready to see.
I think that they're going to be obviously 2 end credit scenes.
Right.
I think we're going to see Winter Soldier wake up.
Right.
And I think that we're going to see like somebody from the Dark Order. Is that what the name?
Yeah.
The First Order.
You're talking about Thanos'.
Whatever his order is, we're gonna see somebody from them show up.
In Wakanda.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be one of the post-credit scenes, and then that will probably trigger
going into Infinity War.
Or obviously that, but that will probably trigger the other post-credit scene. Like let's wake him up. We don't need him.
Obviously, we got to lead into this. Is the last movie of Infinity War, it's hard to say. I really don't think they're going to introduce the Infinity Stone in this movie. We keep theorizing that they're going to do it. We theorize so much that it was going to be in Thor, but like, why would it be here? Why would they just? I think they're going to introduce it to us in Infinity War. I don't think they're going to introduce it to us in this movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I think it's going to be in Infinity War. I don't think they're going to show it in this movie. There's going to be a significant reason that Thanos is going to show it in.
They're saying that the Soul Stone might be how he communicates to his ancestor,
right? Which
makes sense.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think they're just going to. Keep it as it is. But if it does happen, like I said, it makes sense. I'd be satisfied with that. But I don't think we're going to see the Soul Stone until
Infinity War. But like I said, Black Panther. That's one of our most anticipated movies 2018. Going next, we have New Mutants. I think that comes out in March or April.
I want to say
April. New Mutants, another Fox property. They're going into kind of a horror element, something we've really never seen before, and it makes sense because some of the mutant powers are horror-like. So I'm very excited to see what they take in this new direction. The only problem I have with this is that, we already talked about the Disney Fox deal that they bought them out already, and obviously it's going to take over a year for them to finalize it.
April 13th.
You try to look up some most of the movies that comes out in 2018. So you can look on the list. New Mutants, we know Disney bought Fox. That is still finalizing. They're trying to figure out the deal, what's going on with them. But like we said, what if this movie is very successful? What is very good? Do you think they just take this property and leave it alone, let it be what it is? What do you think?
I believe, because obviously this is almost all the way to go.
Right.
And Dark Phoenix still the gears are in motion.
I think they're gonna leave these properties alone for right now. These
Yeah,
properties are not being moved.
They're gonna.
Fox.
They're going to let them finish up the movies that they already have in motion. I definitely think that no matter what New Mutants does, obviously if it completely sucks, they're gonna pull the plug.
Right.
But even if it's just okay, I think they're still gonna let them do whatever they want with New Mutants.
Kind of like how Deadpool is, right?
Yeah, because I don't see any of the New Mutants showing up at the MCU.
No. They'll probably keep it separate, just like Deadpool.
The dependency is on X-Men
Right, Dark Phoenix, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's just say this movie is excellent. Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna let them do their own thing. However, I think they're gonna borrow elements from that movie if it's excellent. Mm-hmm. If it sucks, they're gonna completely take over.
If it sucks, they're not. I think they're gonna stop with that. They're just gonna if anything, take those characters, put them in MCU, and just change up the storyline, or not even bother it. This will be the only New Mutants movie, and that's it. They'll, I'm glad we haven't seen that much footage from this. We've only seen one trailer so far, and I think with this movie we don't really need to see that much, and we don't need to see that much, because a lot of people like us don't really know that much about it. There's people that know about New Mutants, but I don't know that much about it. So the less I see, the better, because I want to go in with an open mind. I'm knowing that much about this stuff. But that's another anticipated movie of this year. My boy John about to look up the what's coming out.
Let's see, in January, February. What, Peter Rabbit got a movie? Black Panther, we just talked about that. Samson. I kind of want to see that. Mm-hmm. That's that the biblical joint. Mm-hmm. I want to see that. I just saw Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, Wrinkle in Time.
What do you think about Wrinkle in Time, man?
I remember reading the book as a kid, and I always thought this would be an excellent thing. It was a book. It's based on a book, and I remember reading it. It's funny. It was a book project actually. The trailers look amazing. That's the one thing.
Yeah,
this movie's gonna be a visual masterpiece. Yes. It's gonna look amazing. I give it that. But as big as this story is, a lot of people don't know. Like, you didn't know it was a book, right?
I don't know anything about it.
Right. This is based on a book, and I remember reading it and saying, oh, this will be an excellent concept as a film. I can see this as a movie. And seeing the trailers and everything, it's gonna be a real trippy ride. And I got high hopes for it. I'm gonna go in there with open mind as well. Cause I remember a lot of elements from the book, but I don't remember each beat by beat from the book. I just think of it like Alice in Wonderland, just with a different spin on it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from. Oh, Ava DuVernay is directing this.
So
she did 13.
13.
The documentary.
Oh yeah,
she
okay.
did that. Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely looks very visually pleasing already.
If I had to choose to see it in 3D, I'd probably go see it in 3D, or at least in IMAX. At least in IMAX. It'll probably look amazing in IMAX. Yeah. But that's another one. I totally forgot about that one actually. That comes out in March? Something like that.
Yes.
That sounds like it comes out in March.
Yes, it comes out in March. They remaking Death Wish. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, with Bruce Willis.
You know what? No, I did know that. I saw that
trailer for it. Yeah, the trailer. I didn't see the trailer, but it looks pretty interesting.
Where did I see the trailer? See that trailer?
Had to be in theaters then. But you go see it in cities? They showed it in cities?
I got to the theater late.
Okay. They probably showed it there though. But the movie looked interesting as well though.
I saw the movie
the trailer last
November.
Oh yeah, they got a new trailer for it now. It's a new trailer.
Oh.
But the one you probably saw, I did see that one though.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I just really hope Bruce Willis is not forcing it or not phoning it in this, because his last roles he's been phoning it in. I don't really think he's been really, he's been just on screen. He hasn't really gave us a performance. Yeah. So hopefully he gives a performance. The elements of this, I think sometimes his family gets killed or something like that, and he's out killing. He basically being a vigilante, I see Bruce Willis doing that. I wish they would just take that element and put it into a Die Hard movie. Just put it into a Die Hard movie, because the last Die Hard was not good.
I didn't see the last one. The last one I saw was
Live Free or Die Hard.
Was Live Free or Die Hard? Yes.
That one wasn't that bad, but A Good Day to Die Hard was not bad.
I liked Live Free and Die Hard.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that too.
I don't watch it often.
No.
Because the plot is so realistic.
It's definitely realistic.
It creeps the hell out of me.
That's one of movie came out, I looked at it and said, this movie's ahead of its time. Yeah. It's very ahead of its time. Yeah. This movie should have came out right now. This movie came out, if that movie came out right now.
People be freaked out.
And this thing about the technology is more advanced than 2007.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. What was you got coming
Tomb Raider.
Oh, Tomb Raider. I'm not going to put that most anticipated movie because it's a video game movie.
Yeah, I'm not excited about this movie at all. The trailer does nothing for me.
Nah, it's just... I think they try to do a little bit too much on the nose for the video game. I just balls and her sound effects and there's certain scenes that's in the first Tomb Raider game, the remake. That's exactly in this movie.
Yeah,
and I don't like the way they film it. I just it makes me upset because you have the video game, right, and you watch that. Why do that look better than the actual film when it's why is it so hard to change? Not even I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the actress who plays.
I
heard she's really good. She's Academy nominated actress. So
hey, every role ain't for everybody.
Exactly. That's very true. But we don't know. I said I probably won't see this opening day. I won't see this opening day. No. I'll probably wait to see it. I'll probably watch it in the Fire Stick, real talk.
I go to my old job and watch it. I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, I probably won't pay for it. I'm definitely watching for some reviews for this first. I'm definitely watching some reviews for this first. Yeah. Because I'm not about to go pay my money for this to be bad. I'm not about to go. I'm not about to go.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Pacific Rim.
I'm definitely excited about this movie.
I recently, they show the trailer every time I go to the theater. And I'm like, man, I just don't want it to be Transformers, man. I hope that they show so much in that trailer. I went back and watched. They showed so much in there. I'm like, I really hope that's not the end. With the big monsters, they used to destroying the whole town and stuff. And they show all them weaponized.
I can pretty much guarantee that's the end.
And
I'm sure that's not the very end, obviously, but it's. I think that's going to be the third act. They're going to have to show something else, in the movie. Something's going to have to top.
I give it to John Boyega, man. He going ham though.
Yeah.
He going ham, man.
Yeah.
He got a lot of franchises under his belt.
That's that Star Wars.
Yeah, man, definitely. I mean, he did Star Wars. I seen him in a lot of stuff. Yeah. I didn't see Detroit. Did you see Detroit?
I didn't see that.
I heard it was good though.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
He's in that. He was in. I heard The Circle wasn't that good.
What is that?
It was a movie with Tom Hanks and Emma Watson. He was in it as well. Something about it's a weird movie. I heard it wasn't that good though. He was in that, and he's in this, and he still got Star Wars going on. I give it to him, man. He going ham though with his little film career, man. Go ahead, bro.
Tyler Perry got another joint coming out.
What else? When is he not ever making a movie?
Right. That's a March joint.
It's not a Madea movie.
No,
it's something else. Okay,
something else.
I like his projects outside Madea.
You know what? His movies that aren't Madea movies are really good.
Yeah, I like those. Besides,
I love Daddy's Little Girl.
Daddy's Little Girl is probably my top.
That is a great movie. And
after Why Did I Get Married, it is Daddy's Little Girls.
You know what? I have to say my top 3 for Tyler Perry is Family That Prays.
Family That Prays is good. That's a very good movie. It's very deep.
Yeah, The Family That Prays, Daddy's Little Girls, and Why Did I Get Married, in that order.
I definitely give you that.
Yeah.
I'll probably switch those around.
The last two?
Yeah. No, actually, I'll put Why I Get Married first, Daddy's Little Girls, then Family That Prays. Okay. I'll put it that way. Yeah. So basically, reverse.
Okay.
But I definitely give you that. I haven't seen these other ones. I didn't see Temptation. I didn't see...
Temptation was trash.
Other
people like it. I hate it. I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
I saw Good Deeds. Good Deeds was really good. I can't think of any other ones that didn't have a D in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think after that, I think he did Why I Get Married 2 came out, and then he did. That's when he kept switching from Madea, then doing the original Madea. He kept doing it like that.
Rampage.
That's the Rock joint, right?
Based on a video game.
I don't know about that, man.
You know what?
That's another video game movie?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna see it.
I'm not gonna see it, man.
I'll wait. It doesn't look that bad.
It makes me upset. It's like, we got Rampage, then we just had King Kong last year. Like...
Have you played Rampage?
Not in a long time, though. I was like, how long it's been since I ain't played that game in a long time?
He was like 7.
Yeah, like, damn, like, that's what I'm based off a game. Like, oh, yeah. But, The Rock always does projects. I always go see anything with The Rock.
But you know what? After seeing Jumanji,
it made you more excited for it?
Because Jumanji wasn't that bad, man. Jumanji, by no means, it's not a great movie. But I went into the theater expecting corniness and cheesiness, and that's exactly what I got. But I got it in a good way. It wasn't like over the top corny.
Right. But even the original Jumanji not that good. The original Jumanji not really that good.
You tripping, man. The original Jumanji's good.
It's not that. You know what I mean.
It's good, man.
It's 90s good.
But it was one of the best movies.
It's 90s good. We've come so far from that.
I don't know if I can agree with you, man. It's that the Jumanji is a great movie. It's great.
You missing great with entertaining.
I guess.
Jumanji very entertaining. Trust me, I love Jumanji, but I recognize it as not being that good.
I guess.
It's not great.
That's how I feel about the original It. I
agree with you.
Yeah, I love the original It, but
I agree with you.
Compared to this It don't hold.
I agree with you.
It don't hold a candle.
I agree with you. That's what I say. The original It is entertaining. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining, especially if you like. For someone who's never seen it, they watch it, they'll think it's not good. They're like, oh, this is corny. I don't like it. But someone who's seen it, obviously, as when we were little, when we saw it, it was entertaining. And kind of scary when we first saw it when we was little.
Man, that movie was real scary when we was little.
The only part was scary when Georgie got dragged down the drain. That's the only part I really got scared of. Because I put myself in Georgie's shoes.
You talking about the original It?
Yeah, not the movie. But this one was this.
No, I thought you was talking about Jumanji.
Oh no, I was talking about It too. But Jumanji too.
Jumanji was creepy when you was.
Definitely. The monkey hated the monkeys, bro.
Yeah, the monkey. They look so weird. They look irritating. Oh my goodness.
They look irritating. Oh
I've never seen monkeys that look like that.
That's what they do. We have CGI. Let's make the monkeys CGI. We're gonna make the monkeys CGI. We can't get real monkeys in here.
Yeah, man. But after seeing Jumanji, I think Rampage.
See, I can never really doubt The Rock because he saved franchises. I mean, he saved 2 franchises already. He kind of made G.I. Joe 2 better than G.I. Joe 1. He kind of made that movie better. He made Fast and Furious good.
Yeah, those are the G.I. Joe movies are movies that you have to like go into the movie and expect it's gonna be corny.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's why it kind of bothers me when people say that they're bad movies. Like, what did you expect? It's G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's hard to say that when that following year we had Iron Man and we had the Dark Knight. When you know before Batman was corny, Batman was a 66 punch bland boom boom movie. They took that seriously. And then not even a year prior to that we had Transformers.
But Adam West Batman was so completely different from
that's true.
the comic book Batman.
That's true. But
it's different. That version of Batman probably stands out more than any version of Batman.
You're talking about
the Adam West Batman.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because it's almost like he's another person.
He is another person. Yeah. He's not true to the Batman for the comics.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. It's good for what it is.
That's true. And for the time.
Yeah, because I loved it when I was a little kid.
And like I said, for the time it came out. Yeah. And that's all we had. That's all we had at that time. Yeah. It wasn't like now where you can't really pull that off. You can't pull that off.
But I better not ever see Ben Affleck or Christian Bale or Michael Keaton dancing. I can't see it.
We'll see.
We'll
see him do the Watts with a chick before we see him dancing in the Batman costume.
Truth or Dare. This looks.
Did you see the trailer for that? I didn't see it.
It was in front of Insidious.
How do you think? I seen clips of it, but I haven't seen the trailer. They have that and then the Slender Man. You seen the trailer for Slender Man too? I seen a little sneak peek of it. I guess it's just like another dark entity that's just taking over his mind.
Is the Slender Man? No, I'm thinking of the Crooked Man from no.
Are you thinking Bye Bye Man?
No.
Did you see the Bye Bye Man?
No, I heard it was trash.
I didn't see it. The car was trash. But
Mel saw it. He said it was garbage. He was like, wasn't he like in that movie or something?
Jamel?
He said he was involved in that movie
Jamel?
in some way. I think he said that.
Oh, good job, you. Good job, you, bro. I told you, I said you should start doing horror movies, cause you would look like you would be the jock. You'd be a jock or a pretty one in horror movie. Go ahead and do that. Yeah. You don't really got you can, and then if not, if you shine in it. You say you're the best part. Shit, hell yeah, I'll take that. I'll take being the best part of the whole movie. Hell yeah. But
yeah, man. Truth or Dare, it just looked like your run of the mill teenage horror flick. Like kind
of like how Unfriended was. Did you see Unfriended?
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either, but I kind of look at it like that.
I had no desire.
Did you see? There's another one. I thought it was like Truth or Dare, but it wasn't like Truth or Dare. It was Wish Upon. Did you see Wish Upon?
I didn't see that, but I heard that was good though.
I heard they would have mixed reviews. A lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people did like it. Yeah. But I thought that was the exact same thing like that, where like Truth or Dare was like something like that. That's what I thought was the exact same concept of Wish Upon.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna see it.
I'm probably not gonna see it. I don't really see cheesy horror movies like that, man. I really don't. Like compared to The Conjuring or Insidious, I see those. I won't see movies like those.
Yeah. Obviously, we got Avengers Infinity War. We'll talk about that.
We gotta talk about that last, because I want to be confused.
We're gonna talk about that in depth.
We just going down the list of what's coming out this year. Slender Man, I seen a clip for that. Like I said, it's so hard with these horror movies when they try to come up with these premises. Like how they did, what's another one that was like that? Or like, even like when the Boogeyman came out, like we obviously wanted to see a Boogeyman movie, but it just didn't really live up to what we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I didn't see Boogeyman.
What's another one?
I saw Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls, right?
Well, way after it came out, because people had, you gotta see it, you gotta see it. And I'm like, this is it.
Yeah, right. It's hard when you have to.
It was just okay.
And it's so hard when you have movies like in the '80s that reminisce was so hard, where people try to take from those elements and put into newer horror movies, like we know we had our Jasons, our Michaels, and our Freddys and stuff. So it's really hard to try to redo things. Obviously, we've seen those slashers. Obviously, we just got ghost stories now, and I think we're kind of getting played out of the ghost stories a little bit. I think now, besides the Conjuring and Insidious stuff, I think people are trying to do a little bit too much now.
Like what?
The greatest one that recent years I can remember is the Babadook. The Babadook is probably on par to what I want to see from a horror film. Because it's not.
You're exactly right.
It's not taking elements from. It's taking elements from other things, but it's like flipping on its head.
But
and
the thing
being original with
it. At its core, it was.
It's a mother and son. It's a mother and son story.
It's a mother.
It's a grief story.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly. It's a story about grief. Grief is something we can all relate to.
Mm-hmm. And trust me, when I was watching that, I felt how she was feeling, because she was going through a lot. It made me more creepy watching it.
It made you uncomfortable. Yeah, that's what horror movies are supposed to do. They're supposed to make you uncomfortable.
When I was watching the first Conjuring, that's exactly how I felt as well. And then, not even that, just by the way it was made. Like certain elements, I love my horror films when.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I was watching it the other day, the new one, because I finally found a good link for it. And one scene in particular, it wasn't very long, but it was when Bill saw Georgie's ghost
run across the thing. Yeah, his reaction.
It looked like he was truly terrified. I was like, that is a great performance right there. You only saw his face for like a quick 3 seconds. Not even that. Like a second. Yeah.
1 second. They show him drop the little, and
he dropped his toy or whatever.
Book references is the turtle that he drops in the book. There's like the turtle is like this infinite being, kind of like it, and it's basically the counter force of it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of reference to the turtle, because in the water when they're floating, where they're playing in the water, they said something underneath us, and he goes down and said it's a turtle.
I never noticed that.
I go back and watch every time I see it. I'm like, is they really?
Oh, you know what? And I finally caught the librarian
looking behind.
You know what? I realized why I didn't see it. It's a different librarian. I thought.
Yeah, you see how different it is. She looks different from when she touches him, and then when she looks in the back, and then you talking about when.
No, it's a completely different person.
When she bumps into him at the end, when he's inside the dark corridors.
Or, no, the chick. The librarian that gave him the book is a completely different person
than the one that's
standing behind. Everybody had me under the impression that it was the same.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I never saw her.
Right.
I was looking for the fat lady.
Right.
It wasn't a fat lady. It was the old lady with the white hair.
Mm-hmm.
She was back there putting the books together. As soon as he started flipping the pages, she was like,
I
was like, what?
Yeah. I give it to that. That's all I'm like. It's so different because like I said, it has that Goonies feel, but also like a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes,
has a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street feel to it.
Dude,
even that library, that scene, because
that is perfect.
I think about the scene where Nancy sees her dead friend, and like she literally in her school. It's funny she's in school, but he's in the library. But she's following through the corridors, and then she finally sees Freddy. That's kind of like this scene right here.
That's a perfect comparison. It is the Goonies meets Nightmare on Elm Street. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
A dark entity haunts kids. It takes away kids, kind of like Freddy does.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
But what we got coming up next? Solo. We can talk about Solo Star Wars story. Are you excited for it? That's why I got him sitting right here, actually. Are you excited for this, man?
Do I want to see it?
Yeah.
Yes. Am I excited for it? I'm not excited for it.
I'm scared because we haven't seen the trailer yet.
We ain't seen nothing.
We haven't even seen a teaser trailer.
We've only seen that one picture of the cast.
Right. Because I know with Rogue One, we've already seen, by this point in time, we've already seen footage.
Right.
We've already seen like a trailer.
We saw the first trailer.
Right. We seen the first trailer early. I think too. That's before they
almost a year before.
Right.
Before it came out.
But I know they had a lot of things going on set. They fired the first set of directors. They brought in Ron Howard to redo things.
Yeah, that chick over at Disney don't play.
Nope. So I really hope that don't reflect on the movie. I'm hearing that John Williams is just coming back to do Han Solo's theme, not the whole score. So we're not going to get a lot of Star Wars themes. But the only reason why I really don't want a Star Wars theme is because Han Solo is a big part of the original trilogy. But I think of Star Wars as just Luke.
Yeah. Han Solo, I agree with you. He was a victim of circumstance.
Yes.
He just happened to be there at that time when he met up with Luke.
Exactly.
It's not about Han at all. It's about Luke.
So I really don't want a lot of, even though it's gonna start with dun 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 dun, like even though it might start with that, I really don't want to. Because I think Rogue One didn't do dun dun dun. It didn't start with that. So hopefully this doesn't do that, because this is not really a Star Wars movie. It's a Han Solo movie. So keep it bare bones to that, and I really hope they do. I don't really want to go into the origin of Han Solo. I want him to already be Han Solo. I want them to do the Rogue One thing. This is technically before he meets up with Luke. So kind of ended with him shooting first at the canteen scene. Having him shooting first, bruh. Having him shooting first in this movie.
Maybe.
End it with that. If you end it with that, this will be the best Star Wars.
I know I won't.
I'm just playing, but it will be recognized, because people will say, yes, he did shoot first. Boom. Because a lot of people have a problem with that. They saying he didn't shoot first, because George Lucas edited where his head moves and Greedo shoots first, then he shoots.
Yeah.
Kind of like, because if you watch the original cut, he does shoot first.
Yeah.
But George Lucas changed it like an idiot, because he wanted to make Han look like a good guy, when Han's not a good guy. He's a scoundrel. He was going to literally just take Luke to this place and get money. He didn't give a fuck about the cause or nothing. He says it in the thing. He says, I never believed in the Force. I didn't give a fuck about that. He didn't care. He didn't. Half the time.
Han Solo was supposed to be the character like Benicio del Toro was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be.
He was supposed to be like that.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
But they ended up changing his story because, for one, he fell for Leia, and he cared. He started to care. Can you see it in Empire? Because the Han Solo in the first one, he wouldn't have went to go find Luke. He wouldn't have went to go get Luke. And I really want to see those elements from the first movie in this movie. That's the one thing I want. It's going to be hard to do Harrison Ford, and I really don't want him to be Harrison Ford, but we do. Like, because a lot of people are saying, like, what if he doesn't be the Han that we know? This movie's going to be trashed, and if he's not the Han we know.
A good example of that is Superman Returns.
That's true.
Even though I'm not too fond of that movie, Brandon Routh, he channeled Christopher Reeve without copying Christopher Reeve. That's what we want from this new actor, just to channel Harrison Ford without copying Harrison Ford.
It's true. It's true. I have no problem with what's his name, Donald Glover. I have no problem with Donald Glover playing Lando. I think he's gonna do. I think he's gonna do. I think me too. I think me too. I think that. I think if anything, that's probably a perfect cast. Dude, he looks exactly like he looks exactly like Billy Dee, a younger version.
Donald Glover in a Star Wars movie. Come on, man. You can't get no better.
It only makes it better because he was on Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's also a Disney property. He's in the MCU and he's in Star Wars. And the only thing that makes me upset is like how are literally just balancing these properties together. Like they're in the MCU, like, you want to be in Han Solo? You want to be Han Solo? I'm gonna hope and be like that because I don't want to see Rey turn up in fucking Marvel movie. Yeah. I don't want to see that. Keep them separate, but it's cool. We got to deal with it. What's next?
Ocean's 8. So this is gonna be like the female Ocean's 11.
I've seen the first trailer. I just recently watched Ocean's 11. That movie's fucking incredible.
I haven't seen Ocean's 11 in years.
That movie it's funny because I watched it and maybe I didn't finish it, but I wanted to watch it again. That's how good this movie is. The cast. That's why I'm scared about this one because the cast for Ocean's 11 it just felt so perfect. Everybody knew exactly what role they need to play. George Clooney and Brad Pitt was a perfect matchup together. They were like Batman and Robin, but not more like, he's a sidekick, but they meshed pretty good.
They had a good dynamic.
Even with Matt Damon. Matt Damon was a pretty good element in there too. Mm-hmm. It's funny when you watch him in it, he's so young. He's like, I think this is before Born, I think. Either before and after Born. It's in between Born. But
it's after it's after
Bill Clinton and then going before Born. Okay, so it's funny he's in it like, dang, Matt Damon been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But even that's one thing I'm scared, but I'm also thrilled with this movie because they can take elements from Ocean's 11, but also obviously do a spin to it because they're women. Women can manipulate men easier than men can manipulate people. So they can use that spin. Obviously, all the females in here, they're gorgeous or they look nice. So we're going to see what they do with that. I think Sandra Bullock is going to lead the movie pretty good. She's a good lead actress. The one actually I'm probably scared of for is obviously Rihanna. You know, the only acting credit she got, 2 acting credits she got is Valerian, and then she got Battleship. She wasn't that good at Battleship. So, but she's working with Kate Blanchett and Sandra Bullock, so she better have a good ad performance. I mean, you got to go off these big heavy hitters, so you definitely better be good. I don't know who the bad guy is though. Who was they robbing from though? I don't remember that being in the trailer.
I don't know.
They don't say who's the bad guy. I don't think Kate Blanchett's gonna be the bad guy again because she was the bad guy in fucking Thor. But
she does bad very well.
She does do bad very well. I have to watch the trailer again and see if they talk about that.
The Incredibles 2. That's number 3 on my list.
The Incredibles 2 is number 3 on my list as well. Just that teaser trailer is amazing. But Collider did their top 10 and Incredibles is in their top 10.
It absolutely should be.
They put Wonder Woman and they put Superman in their top 10 as well.
The original
Superman in their top 10. I don't know why, but I put that in my top 10. That's at least top 15. It's at least top 15.
I mean,
that movie basically started the superhero genre.
It did.
That movie started the superhero movie.
Well, it didn't start.
Well,
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean. It was the first big blockbuster superhero film.
Yeah. Wait, so they put Superman in there?
Superman
2?
Yes. And they put it over The Incredibles.
No. Superman 2 was...
And over Wonder Woman.
Superman 2 was a far better movie than Superman.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I definitely agree with you.
Collider, you drunk.
I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But it's all subjective. They did the way they did their top 50 list. That everyone voted in that works at Collider. So they divvied it down by numbers basically.
Collider. Kneel before
but Incredibles 2, I'm very excited for it. A lot of people don't like putting this as a superhero film because it's Disney and it's animated.
But it's a film.
It's definitely.
It has superheroes in it.
It's definitely a superhero movie.
And it's big budget. That's the only requirements.
That's true.
There we go.
And why haven't they hired Brad Bird to direct a Marvel movie yet?
I don't know.
He obviously know how to balance characters well, give good performances, and give you a good story. Why haven't you hired him to direct a superhero film for the MCU yet?
They drunk too.
Maybe he can direct the Fantastic Four movie?
Maybe. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Because Incredibles is the best Fantastic Four movie we ever had. What's next?
Jurassic World. I'm gonna see this.
Me too.
I'm gonna see.
I didn't see Jurassic World in theaters.
I
waited to watch it on Blu-ray, and it was very good on Blu-ray.
It was
very good Blu-ray actually.
It was better in theaters.
You're probably right.
I liked Jurassic World. It was visually it was very colorful.
I did get it.
I like that.
It did feel very bright and very it felt very inviting to be there.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I did give this credit. It made you feel like this is the plan that he had in the first movie.
Yeah.
This is what he
yes.
This is what he wants.
Yes.
This is what he wanted.
This is what was his name?
I don't even remember his name, but he has a very.
The actor's name was Richard Attenborough, but I don't know his name.
The character
in the
right?
movie, yeah.
It's something very once you hear it, that's his name.
Yeah. But whatever. If you know what, drop it in the comments. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but I definitely want to see this movie. It feels like much more like a straight monster movie.
They said the scene that's in the trailer, the volcano scene, that's not the end of it. That's only like.
I didn't think that was the end.
That's only the first half.
Yeah, I didn't
there's
think
going to be obviously something bigger going on besides that. They have the big scene, and then there's going to be something else happening. So there's obviously have to be a big climax. So that's the one thing I'm more excited
wonder who's going to be the human antagonist of the movie.
Like the bad guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always the bad guys in there. That's a human.
Yeah, because the last one it was Vincent.
Right.
Like
Kingpin. Because he looks so different. He has hair and he has a beard and everything.
I don't think there was a.
There was no villain in the third one. The second one there wasn't really.
The second one kind of had a villain, but they kind of like worked together.
Yeah, because the first one there really wasn't really a bad guy. You could say the guy who was wanting to create Jurassic Park is the bad guy. No, not really. The first one and the third one didn't really have any human antagonists.
No. The second one had a human antagonist, but like I said, they kind of worked together towards like the third act of the movie. I can't remember his name in the movie, but it's
talking about Jurassic World.
No.
The second one.
The Lost World.
I didn't really like The Lost World that much.
I liked it.
I didn't like it that much. It's very under par from the first film.
It is, but
knowing that Steven Spielberg came back to direct it.
It is under par for the first one.
It doesn't hold up.
It's better than the third one.
It's definitely better than the third one, but I watched the third one so much as a kid. That's probably the most one I watched next to the first one. If you want to put the Lost World, the one I watched the least out of the trilogy. I watched the second one. I mean, the first one, third one more than the Lost World.
Yeah.
It just felt like they tried to recreate so much from the first movie. I didn't like Jeff Goldblum's character in that movie. I didn't like Vince Vaughn. I didn't like his character in the movie. I didn't like the performance.
If you look at Jeff Goldblum's character as a whole, he's like that in the movie because of what happened in the first movie. He was in the first one he was very calm, cool, collected, and in all this he's looking at dinosaurs like I'm not supposed to be seeing this right now. And then you go to the second movie, he's very overprotective.
He experienced everything.
Yeah, he's very anxious all the time, and it was I like that contrast. That's one of his performance is one of my favorite things about that movie because it's so different from the first one, but it makes sense why he's like that. They didn't just make him different just to make him different.
Another thing that Sam Neill wasn't in it. That's probably another thing that kind of balled it down. He wasn't in it.
Well, he got 8 in the first one.
What are you talking about?
Samuel Jackson?
Sam Neill.
Oh, I thought you said Sam. I thought you said Sam.
I knew that. I'm talking about the actor who played Dr. Grant.
Yeah.
I know that, but Dr. Grant wasn't in the second one. I was so looking forward to being because I like this character so much. That's why I probably watched the third one so much because they brought him back. They brought him back. He was the most interesting character in the first movie. So, but we're on a tangent. But getting back to Jurassic World, I really hope to see a cameo from Sam Neill. He was in Thor, so hopefully we see. He looks like he's back to he's doing small roles. We got Jeff Goldblum. I think he's not going to be a full character. I think he's just going to be a small cameo. What?
They're making an Uncle Drew movie. They're making a Kyrie Irving movie.
Wow. Are you sure that it's not just a documentary?
It says comedy/sports. I think it's gonna have like an actual script and a story.
Who's gonna play Kyrie himself?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I got it's gonna be a documentary. Like how they did with LeBron. Heard more than the game movie.
Yeah, but that was Mark. I don't think this is gonna be a. I don't think this is gonna be a documentary. It might be a mockumentary. Like it might be made to look like a documentary, right. But it seems like it's definitely gonna have a script because it's got a little rail in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
TSA can get out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see.
That's interesting. They make another Purge.
You know that.
Don't care about those movies.
I didn't see the last. I haven't seen any of the Purge.
I haven't seen any of them. I don't want to.
The funny, I have them all on Blu-ray. One of them came in a horror pack. The other two I bought Black Friday. I think. That's bad. I don't know. I literally just be buying movies sometimes to buy movies, man. It's new. Bucket.
Moving on.
Bucket.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I want to see this. The first Ant-Man.
I got a feeling I'll be very surprised when I go see the
first
Ant-Man.
Because when I saw the first Ant-Man the first time, I was like, oh, that was cool. I saw it again. I was like, this movie was great.
When I first saw it, I probably not that same day, but the next day I watched it again. Because I did not think I was gonna like all those characters in the movie likable. Besides the villain, he's not very likable. But he's not really talked about. He's not a bad villain. He's just a little over the top a little bit.
Yes.
But but he's not that bad. At least his antics and what he wants to do is not that bad though. He basically wants to recreate the suit and be like Hank Pym basically. But he just his performance is low over the top. But I like every single character in the movie. I rooted for everybody, especially Paul Rudd. He killed it as Ant-Man. I did not think he would pull off a superhero. Because I remember him being in comedies like Knocked Up, he was in those comedies. So seeing them play in Ant-Man, it feels so weird, but it's so right. It just felt so right. We gotta talk about the one character, his friend that be making up the stories and stuff. I really hope we get a lot.
Michael Payne's character.
I hope we get some more scenes like that in this movie. That's the one thing I really want to talk about stuff like that. Because the ending of the movie, when he tells the scene when the dude, when he's talking to Falcon, or he is that Falcon talking about him, and it's so hilarious when he's explaining it. He has Stan Lee has a candidate, and he said, "Crazy stupid fine." The way he said it is so hilarious, like. Stan Lee, shout out to you, man. You are a freaking mastermind. But I'm very excited for this movie too. I'm ready to see it actually. What did they say this movie is gonna be like? Did they say it was gonna be like?
It's gonna be the first romantic comedy of the MCU. So,
see what they do with that. I like the chemistry so much. I love Angelina and Paula's chemistry so much now.
I believe that they're going to pull that off because they've kind of already done it with Tony and Pepper.
That's true. That's very true.
I love their dynamic.
That's true.
Dude, I think that I was more excited to see Pepper show up at the end of Homecoming than I was to see the new Spider-Man.
That's true. Because when I saw she came, I said, Pepper's back! Pepper's back! She's back! Oh my God, thank God. She died dead. I thought they killed her.
No. I know. I knew they didn't. I thought that she was like, forget this. I'm gone. I really thought that Gwyneth Paltrow wasn't gonna come back.
You thought the actress was done.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I thought she was done. I was like, oh my God.
They put you in the Iron Man suit last movie. What would you have to be gone for? They got a lot to do with you.
No, it's just she didn't show up in Civil War, and I expected her to be there.
That's true.
At least in some capacity, just like she was in Homecoming. And then when she showed up in Homecoming, a huge sigh of relief.
That's true.
Oh,
yes. I was like that too. And she looked pretty good. She looked pretty good. She was like, oh yeah, okay, it's good. That's good.
She's probably my favorite supporting character in the MCU. Yeah.
Especially with Tony, because Tony's a very hard person to deal with. I was watching the first Iron Man, so their dynamic is really good. She had to put her hand inside Tony to get the damn arc reactor out. Yeah. It's so hilarious. She's like, oh my God, don't make me do that again. Don't make me do that again. Like, oh yeah, I definitely give you that.
You don't want to keep us.
Do you think, which MCU character do you think is going to show up in this movie? Or do you think any is going to show up in this movie? I think we already have Ant-Man and Wasp. I don't think we need to see.
Somebody gonna show up. Somebody. I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, it's Ant-Man. So since they had, I like they fight in the first one. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back in this. What I was about to say. Do you think this movie is really gonna take place after Infinity War? Is gonna be like kind of like this movie's not taking place after Infinity War, it's before Infinity War. Do you think it's going to be like that?
You're right, because it does come out after.
It comes out after. Do you think the events of Infinity War is going to affect what goes on here? Because obviously we have Infinity War Part 1 and 2. And what changed everything is that Captain Marvel is going to take place in the 90s. I think so that's not going to change anything.
I think it's going to be, I don't necessarily want to say it before. I think it's going to be standalone.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they're gonna treat this movie kind of like how they treated.
Because Ant-Man is gonna be in Infinity War, right?
I know, but if it's after, I wouldn't want it to be set after.
Right. That's why.
Because so everything is all peachy keen right now, and then it goes back to being crappy.
Right. So that's how I feel. That's why it's so hard for this movie, because when does this take place?
Yeah.
Because I think Infinity War, when it ends, that's it. It's not going to be like, oh, everything's okay, just going to go back to things being messed up. I think Infinity War is going to be it, and then Infinity War Part 2 is going to take place right after Infinity War.
So I think
because we're not getting no other standalone movies with those characters. Yeah. The next standalone movie after that is Captain Marvel. Yeah. Captain Marvel is just, her movie take place in the 90s. Yeah. So she doesn't affect what the events happens in these movies.
Yeah, I think it's going to be before Infinity War, but I don't think it's gonna you're not gonna see anything about Infinity War in this movie. Right. I think it's just gonna be a standalone story on itself, so you can watch it anywhere in the
MCU. Yeah. Not like in the timeline.
Yeah, just like Guardians. You can watch Guardians.
That's true.
You can watch Guardians first if you want to.
That's true.
It don't matter.
That's true. Because as we know now with Infinity War, you can watch Guardians 2 probably before, since they did the post-credit scene with Groot being a teenager. Because we obviously know Groot's going to be a teenager in Infinity War. So they show him in the background, he's not a grown-up, he's a teenager. So that is true. But the timeline with those movies are all out of whack, though, because they take place in cosmic. So the time is probably different from how we look at time. Their time is probably different than ours. So, another thing is that I think Thanos looks different because of time. If you look at the first Guardians, he looks more purple than he does now because of time. People complain about the way he looks, and I think the reason why he looks like that is because of time.
I think that's just a visual retcon. I think
that's a visual retcon.
Yeah, I think they just looked at
I want to make it okay.
You want to make sense.
You want to make sense of it. Maybe it's just because of time. Shit, his skin got lighter because it's time.
Yeah, I think
even from the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, I think they just looked at him.
But that was
too purple. Let's make him more real.
But the way purple looks on skin is different than how we actually want it to look.
Yeah.
You know, it's not gonna be.
It would look like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's next?
The Nun. The Nun.
Oh, we ain't seen no trailer for it. We probably won't see a trailer for it yet.
Probably won't. I'm excited for this movie. I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring universe. I want to see this.
I like the Nun preference, but I think they showed her a little bit too much in the Conjuring. Like the one scene,
I thought it was just enough.
I think the one scene, I'm not saying the whole movie, but like the one scene where they first see the picture and they pan over and like she's out of the picture and like I think they kind of did a little bit too much with that scene.
You talking about when her shadow was walking around?
Yes.
That scene did last too long. They should have just showed her. They should have just showed her walking like on this wall and then over to the picture.
Yeah, they had her shadow go to the picture. Right. If anything, they already had the picture look scary. Why not just have the picture just jump out at her? And then obviously she's gonna keep turning. And that's not that scene. That's the first scene where she's turning and she keeps looking away and like she turns away and she looks at front and there's something in front of her. Mm-hmm. But the scene what I'm talking about when she see the painting, they should just have the painting just rush out at her. Mm-hmm. Like, have the shadow, like you said, but cut the shadow, have it like that, and they have to just picture just lunge at her. Because the scene was already set to be scary. I just feel like it was a little bit too much. I really hope this is not just to put the actress, they CGI'd around her a little bit in The Conjuring 2. Kind of make her be a real person. Don't CGI. Don't over CGI. Cause I think they over CGI.
Yeah, they did, but for the actress herself, they didn't do that much CGI. No, her. Like she really looked like that.
Right. But the certain scenes I'm talking about, just cut it down a little bit, and make this more like like how y'all been doing, like how y'all been doing. Because the only problem I had with Conjuring 2 is that it felt big budget. It felt like it was. They obviously made a lot of money from the first movie, and like, okay, we got more things to do. Let's go ahead and do this. Well, no. One thing I loved about The Conjuring is that it felt low budget. It felt like an 80s horror film. It felt like it was made in the 80s. Like you could watch it and feel like, oh, this didn't come out this year. It felt like it came out in the 80s.
You know what? That's one thing that I don't like about the sequels of like Insidious and Conjuring. Not the
visual stuff.
What am I trying to say? Yes, the cinematography. The cinematography is better.
Yeah, it looks like they look like they
got more money.
They got more money.
They don't feel
independent.
Right, they clearly got a better camera, and I'm not a fan of that.
Because if you watch the first,
I want it to look
watch the first Insidious and watch the second one, they look totally different.
Yeah,
the first one looks more black and white. Looks
but even
raining, and they emphasize on the colors.
Yeah, I can deal with.
Don't do that.
I can deal with the second one. The second one and the third one, they look like completely different movies.
The third one looks more like
the third one is so colorful.
Put together horror film.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like it's an independent horror film.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Like I said, the one thing I loved about the first Insidious, it felt independent. It felt like James Wan took his own money and made this himself.
Right,
he didn't have a studio to do back him up. He made this himself.
Right, the first Insidious felt like the first Saw.
Right, exactly.
It was gritty.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and you can tell you with the Saws, they got better with budget too.
Yeah,
those movies don't feel like the first movie does because they got more. They kept making money. Did what they could do, but they obviously got better equipment to do what they can do. But I won't say it's my most anticipated, but I am looking forward to The Nun though. I got a feeling it will be probably. I know it's gonna be better than Annabelle. I got a feeling it should be better than Annabelle. It's a lot of things you can do with The Nun though. There's a lot of things you can do.
That's a lot of things. I mean, the nun was so creepy, and she was so ambiguous. You didn't know why she was there.
Annabelle is just a doll that is using to be controlled.
Right, it's a conduit.
Right.
The nun is
an actual parasite.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. That's the reason I didn't like Annabelle that much. Is that it's just a doll that the demon is using to control or to try to get into people's mind or to get into people's bodies. So, moving on.
Mission Impossible 6.
Mission Impossible 6. This is the movie that Henry Cavill didn't want to take his mustache for. He's actually the bad guy in this movie. Yeah, Henry Cavill was paying the bad guy in Mission Impossible 6. He didn't want to shave his mustache off because of this. Well, that's why he should have kept his damn beard in the movie.
He was contractually obligated to keep it. It's not that he didn't want to shave it; he couldn't.
Yeah, but that's why he should have just kept his beard and just put fake mustache around his beard to make it more grizzled. Because if you're sitting in the coffin, why would you have a freshly clean shave?
Yeah, that makes no sense. I agree. That makes no sense.
And don't give me because he's Kryptonian. He obviously can grow hair on his face. Yeah. You've seen that in Man of Steel.
Yeah, he definitely should have. If he had to keep his mustache, they should have CGI.
Why would they see? Why would they just CGI his upper lip? Why they just try to CGI his whole jaw?
Yeah, it's much easier. They don't even have to CGI it. Just give him a fake beard, a prosthetic beard. I'm soft.
Oh, that's sorry, Justin Lee. You guys got a lot of things going through. It's okay. I'm very excited for Mission Impossible 6 because Mission Impossible 5 was just so good. People do not talk about those last two Mission Impossible movies, man.
I didn't see it.
They're really good. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol really set the bar for what they can do, man. That movie's really good. I'm not over exaggerating. The scene when he's on top of that building, bro, is very tense. I went to see it in IMAX, and that movie is that scene when he's on top of that building, when he has no wires or nothing, he's just holding on to that one glove. Is very intense. It's very intense. He's on the tallest building in the world.
That's crazy.
But what's next?
I mean, Christopher Robin joint.
Mm-hmm.
The Equalizer 2. I'm all about it.
The Equalizer 2.
I'm all about it. I did not know they were making this. I'm all about it.
Denzel's coming back.
Oh, I'm all about it.
Who else is who's in it?
Bill Pullman. I don't know these other two.
Okay.
Pedro Pascal.
I don't know what else is.
I just know Denzel and Bill Pullman.
Okay. They're making a new Predator. Directed by Shane Black.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Arnold cameo in this? That would be nice.
We should.
That would be very nice. At least a reference.
Did you see Predators?
I didn't see Predators.
I like Predators.
I was going to buy it. There's like $5 at City Game.
It's worth $5.
I was going to buy it. Because I don't have the second one. I have the first one. Yeah. I was going to buy it. I didn't like the second one that much.
I didn't like the second one at all.
I didn't like the second one at all either.
People actually really like that movie.
Yeah, me too.
I actively hate that movie.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I don't know.
It's a completely different movie.
It's definitely, man.
It's not. It don't feel like a Predator sequel. Nah. It's just something else.
And maybe it was that the first movie. Like I don't call it a horror film. I call it the first Predator movie action film. You know, people do call it a horror film. People call it the first Predator movie a horror film. But I call it more of a hardcore action film, though.
It's an action horror.
Yeah. But and maybe it was that Arnold really did make that movie better. He really did, even with his delivery and the way he portrayed his character. Him in that really did help it, and that fact that you replaced with Danny Glover is just next.
Moving on, Barbie movie.
Scarface. They're remaking Scarface. They're making another Scarface. I know about that. I'm not really excited for that.
This will be the second remake.
It's the third.
The third?
Because the one we have, Al Pacino, is actually a remake from what it came out in the year. So people that's want to complain about remakes, the one that we all love is actually a remake.
Nasty Running. I don't know what that is. All of these movies, I don't know what they are.
We have, I know there's New Strangers coming out. I
think that was back in like June or something.
Okay.
Johnny English 3.
I'm excited for that.
They're making another Robin Hood?
Another Robin Hood. I'm tired of Robin Hood getting made. Jamie Foxx is going to be in it. See his name on it.
Taron Egerton.
I don't know. Names here names can be hearing, but it might still not be good regardless of what the name's tied to. The last Robin Hood movie was not that good.
I heard it was boring.
Yeah, in October.
Venom.
This actually might be the crowning jewel of this year, and we don't even know it.
I gotta see more.
We need to see a trailer, dude. We definitely need to see a trailer, but the one thing that got me is the poster, because the poster say, "We are Venom."
Wait, I haven't seen the poster.
I've seen it online.
It was the actual.
It's an actual poster for Venom. But the one thing that got me was that it said "We are Venom." Because it made me think about Spider-Man 3 is that Tobey Maguire never said "We are Venom." He said, "I am Venom."
Right.
Yeah. I said, "No, you don't say that." Go back to the 90s cartoon. When has he ever said, "I am Venom"?
No.
He said, "We are Venom." We. He thinks of the symbiote as an actual person.
Halloween.
Let's go ahead and get into Halloween. I'm very excited for it because it's a direct sequel from the second movie. So Halloween 4, 5, 6, Resurrection, and H2O and the remakes don't exist. Well, they still exist, but technically within the canon, they don't exist. They're bringing back Jamie Lee Curtis. John Carpenter is actually, I think he's the executive producer on this one. He's not directing. I think he's the executive producer.
David Gordon Green is directing this.
Yeah, what got me over was that John Carpenter just came back to be behind it. But he wasn't behind the Rob Zombie films. He did not like the Rob Zombie films at all.
Yeah. Oh, this is finally coming out?
What?
Mowgli.
Oh, that's Andy Serkis's Jungle Book movie.
Yeah, I
remember. They changed it to the Mowgli because they didn't want to try to differ from the Disney version.
Yeah, I remember them making this, and I remember seeing Benedict Cumberbatch's motion capture.
Right.
Like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what is this movie?
So Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be in it?
Yeah, he's going to be Shere Khan.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
I think. Let me confirm.
Do they have an official date for it? I know it's coming out this year. Is there an official date that is coming out, or is that just a time frame supposed to be coming out?
October 19th, 2018.
Okay. All right. We haven't heard that much from it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, this is finally coming out. They've been making this movie for like the last 4 years, 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny that he's doing other projects while doing that, because he's in Marvel, he's in Star Wars, Dawn Planet of the Apes, so War for the Planet of the Apes. So yeah, he's done a lot of things besides directing.
Let's see, November we got X-Men Dark Phoenix.
X-Men Dark Phoenix. We touched on that a little bit.
It's the first X-Men movie that's coming out in the fall.
That's true.
They usually come out in the summer.
They come out in the summer, you're right.
Most of them come out in May.
I think this movie makes sense to come out in November. There's really no competition for it to come out around. Like I said, this actually might be a good one. I like the images that they showed us for Dark Phoenix. I like the way it looks. The only problem is I didn't really like the cast and Apocalypse. Apocalypse is really gonna.
The cast didn't bother me. It was the writing.
The story.
Yeah, the story. Like it wasn't. The stakes weren't high enough.
Yeah. Apocalypse is supposed to be like Thanos. It didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like it was supposed to be like he was supposed to be. Apocalypse can end the world if he wants to.
He was just a regular
regular mutant. So, but that's the one thing that's probably gonna fall back on this movie, that Apocalypse wasn't received well. So we're not people are looking forward to it, but it's not like Infinity War.
Right.
Where they're we got movies to look. We had movies that were good before it, so that's why we're looking forward to it.
We're making another Sherlock Holmes movie. This is gonna be a comedy with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
So there's just a remake of Sherlock.
Yes.
So the Robert Downey Jr. movies are no more.
I don't know. Probably not, because they haven't said anything about.
Right. What studio is making this though?
Universal Illumination. It's probably gonna be animated. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. Columbia.
No, I don't think Columbia made I don't think Columbia made those Robert Downey Jr. movies. I think that was Warner Bros.
Yeah. Grinch.
Oh, they're remaking the Grinch again. But it's gonna be animated. It's gonna be animated.
It's gonna be
like how
3D.
Like how horror made the Who's gonna be made like that. Like horror here's the Who.
Yeah.
It's gonna be animated like that, or like the Lorax.
Yeah.
I'm not really excited for that.
Neither am I. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I enjoyed Fantastic Beasts.
Still haven't seen it.
I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I'm probably biased already that I'm looking forward to it. What you say?
Creed 2.
Oh yes, Creed 2.
Yes, please.
I'm excited for it, but I know.
Come on, man. Sylvester Stallone is in this one too. Just kill that man. Kill Rocky. Be done with it.
He's not dying.
Oh my goodness, Rocky! We've chronicled your entire life.
His life ain't over yet. But one thing I'm not excited is that Ryan Coogler isn't directing it, and it was supposed to be Stallone was supposed to direct it, but he took the seat back and had someone else. I think the guy that directed it is one of Michael B. Jordan knows him.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Ryan Coogler doing?
He's doing Black Panther, so that's why. Yeah. But that's kind of why it's kind of having me, you know. And you know what's so funny? 3 of the main actors is all in Marvel properties.
Yep, Michael B. Jordan, Cecil Thompson,
and Sylvester Stallone is in Guardians.
Yeah.
So that's so funny. I was looking at it. All 3 of them are Marvel properties. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Dolph what? Wait, what?
He's fighting Dolph Lundgren's son.
Ooh, I'm excited. Whoa.
And obviously that's the guy who killed his father.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be very, very enduring and very interesting to see. Because I don't know who they have to cast.
He dies.
I don't know who they cast as his son. Yeah. I don't know who they cast.
It doesn't say.
That's the one thing that made me interested, that they're bringing back the storyline from Rocky. So that's why I don't think they're gonna kill Rocky, because some of his stuff is coming back. Some of the things that happened in his past is coming up to fruition with Adonis. So that's the one thing why they're not gonna kill Rocky, even though he should have died in the last movie. But that would have been a bigger dynamic for Adonis to go through. He would have died.
Absolutely. But, Wreck-It Ralph 2, that's coming out.
I recently just watched the first Wreck-It Ralph, and that movie is really good.
I heard
no one talks about that movie.
Everybody talks about that movie. I heard so many people say that movie was like fantastic.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't bring it up more, like when they talk about some of the greatest animated movies that we've gotten within the last couple of years. People don't really talk about that movie.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Zootopia. Like, I think people should talk about that a lot more than they do. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the animated joint from Columbia and Sony.
I need to see more. That little teaser trailer, but it's a whole year ahead, so we're gonna get more. Obviously, within the year goes on, I need to see a little bit more of that.
Aquaman.
I'm not that much excited for Aquaman.
You tripping, dog? I'm excited for Aquaman.
I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I do like that. I like his cast. I like the casting. I do have faith in James Wan as well. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe this might be the crowning jewel, just like how Wonder Woman was. Hopefully. We only got one DC movie coming out this year. We have like 5 Marvel films coming out.
We got Bumblebee, the movie. Not excited for it at all.
Nah, I'm Transformered out. They should have just hurried up and just combined G.I. Joe and Transformer. Probably got some enjoyment out of that, but you guys waited too long for that.
You know what? What I would like to see, which is probably never going to ever happen, what I would like to see from the Transformers movies is a Beast Wars movie. That way, you will have no human characters ruining the movie. Just have it completely set in prehistoric Earth, and it just be all about the Transformers. That is.
I said it in the past, all the way past.
Yes, that's what Beast Wars is set.
Right.
Yeah. They come through a wormhole, land millions of years on Earth, and they see. Well, eventually later in the series, they see the Ark. They see the Autobot ship, and they're all like in stasis lock. They're all asleep, waiting to be awakened in 1984. But I would love to see that as a movie, especially as like a trilogy,
right?
Because when the show was on, it was on in 3 seasons, and you can pretty much watch the seasons as movies. Of course, you got your filler episodes, right. But if you watch the key episodes, they kind of make one complete movie. And the character development is some of the best character development I've ever seen in any TV show. I would love to see that on the big screen. Like I said, it's probably never going to happen.
I just think, like fans like how you are with Transformers, like I don't think those people are going to see these movies just because of how they portray the Transformers. Yeah. So the people who are seeing these movies, they like mindless action.
Yeah,
that's
I
guess.
You're Right.
Because these movies still make millions and millions of dollars. The last one didn't do as well as the fourth one, but the fourth was $1 billion movie. The third one is $1 billion movie. So people are going to see these movies that do enjoy them.
I will say this: I do think that they're taking the movies a little bit more seriously now, because I heard after they started filming Transformers Last Night, before they started filming Bumblebee, they sat everybody in the room, everybody that had anything to do with.
But I heard they had a big meeting about writers and stuff.
Yeah,
they had all the creative writers for Transformers stories and stuff.
And they sat them down and made them watch and read everything that had to do with Transformers.
Right.
So I think that they're going forward, they're going to take it more seriously.
And I agree with that, because especially when you're taking elements from actually things that's already being made, like the DC. Like, I think the reason why DC isn't in the same state as Marvel is because we don't have people that are truly dedicated to what these properties bring us to audience. Like,
we don't have enough.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, because Jeff Johns is a genius. Jeff Johns single-handedly revamped DC Comics, like the comics as a whole. Like he single-handedly revamped that, and DC Rebirth is one of the best things I've ever read. But when it comes to the movies, Jeff Johns,
he came too late.
Yeah, he came too late.
He didn't come when it started.
Yeah, he came in the middle of the mess and tried to do damage control.
You tried to clean up something that was already broken.
Yeah.
You needed to. If I want to do an insurance claim, just can't just total it out and just buy a new car, basically. Because I think, if anything, you should have started with Wonder Woman. You want to really start everything, start with Wonder Woman and go on. Start with Wonder Woman and go on. BVS, Suicide Squad. And it was so hard that Man of Steel don't really need to be erased. Man of Steel is probably the most, not taking Wonder Woman out of the question, but between the first movie before Wonder Woman, Man of Steel was it had the most cohesive story. It was actually leading to something.
Yeah.
BVS wasn't really leading to anything. Suicide Squad wasn't really leading to anything. Well, anything that we were interested in. At least with Man of Steel, I was interested in what was going on. But
Suicide Squad was like, hey, these characters are here too. Like, we exist.
Half those characters are Batman villains. That's the reason why they're in the movie.
Right.
Half of those characters are Batman villains. That's the reason why those characters are in the movie.
Like, hey, just.
And it's funny. One character is a Flash villain. People don't even know he's a Flash villain. Captain Boomerang. Like, he's a Flash villain. People don't even know he's a Flash villain unless they see the movie.
Who is that?
It's funny. Flash comes up in Suicide Squad just as a little cameo, but people don't even know that he's a villain for Flash. So, unless they watched it, he's in the TV show, isn't he? Captain Boomerang is in the TV show.
Yeah, but I don't like him in the TV show.
I was saying, but unless you watch the TV show.
He only showed up once.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
sucks because he's one of Flash's best villains.
Right. But I agree with you on that one. But I'm not excited for Bumblebee. I need to see more. Like I said, I just hope the human characters is done. But another thing why I'm happy is that Michael Bay is directing, so maybe we might actually get some good performances and good human characters with this movie. So we haven't talked about the two big hitters. Deadpool 2 and obviously Infinity War. So I'm going to talk about Deadpool 2 first, because obviously we're going to end it with Infinity War, because that is my number one. Deadpool is probably number 2. The only reason why I'm so scared for Deadpool is because Deadpool 1 is like lightning in a bottle. It's like, I really hope they don't just see Deadpool 1, but I hope we're going to take that and just take those elements and just basically just explode it. We're going to explode it. And just like, do what you guys did in the first movie, but don't have sequelitis where like, oh, we've seen that already. Like, do different things as well. Like, we about to have Cable in this movie. Use him as an important tool to make this story different. Obviously, we don't have Nega Santini Ward back here. Make her elements different from the first movie. We've seen what she can do with it. What else can she do in this movie that we haven't seen? Do that. Obviously, we have Ryan Reynolds coming back, being his own Deadpool, so he doesn't have to change. I think with him, his art, he doesn't really need to change. the first movie was different because that was technically a love story. He was, you know, going through emotion with his girl. He got his girl already. So right now he's just being himself. So let him be himself. But I want them to explore the other elements of the different characters they're gonna explain in this movie. This is another movie I don't really need to see no other trailers. The first trailer I've seen, I don't need to see nothing else. I probably won't see if they have another trailer. I won't see it because what's the story for this movie? We haven't really got a synopsis for this movie. We just know it's Deadpool doing Deadpool things. That's all we know. And I think that's all we really need to know. That's what makes the first one so good because the first one didn't really have a main story. Basically, it was just an origin story, and then it was him rescuing his woman. So with this one, we'll figure out what's going on. Now it's upsetting that they already did the Marvel Fox deal. Is that now he can go back and make fun of that, you know? And that's the one reason why I think they should just keep him in the MCU, like not change him because he breaks the fourth wall, so he goes around and just make fun of everybody. Like, oh, you were never here before, or Cable, I thought you were pink, or I thought you were blue, I thought you were playing him, or, you know. Or you say, you look exactly like that big purple guy, you know, they can do that. So that's the one thing I'm excited for with that. But no, I'm going to tell you. Well, you should talk. Are you excited for Deadpool like I am? What is Deadpool
number 2 on my list?
What was number 2?
Black Panther.
Black Panther, okay. Yeah. So, so you said Incredibles was number 3.
So this is number Deadpool 2 is number
4.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with everything you just said. I hope that they, you know, obviously keep the same spirit that the first one had, but delve more into the characters. I want to see a lot more character development. Yep. That's as great as Deadpool was. That's one thing that the movie lacked. They didn't really develop the supporting characters much. They focused a lot on Deadpool. I mean, as they should. The movie's called Deadpool, but I would like to see more character development from the supporting characters.
I was about to say something. But obviously, you know, Colossus is coming back. It was in the poster. I don't remember seeing him in the trailer. Was he in the trailer?
I don't remember.
I don't remember him being in the trailer.
I barely remember that trailer because the trailer has so many quick cuts.
The trailer just opened him with painting. Yeah. He's painting, like just painting, and then it showed the whole bunch of clips of everything going on.
And a little happy tree.
Yeah. You gotta. That's the one thing. That's why I'm glad that they keep in the spirit of that because you see that with the trailers alone. The marketing alone shows that they're gonna do that. They're not gonna change that as well.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep doing that same old thing. It worked so much for the first movie, so just go ahead and keep that same spirit. I really want them to be more. I want them to be more graphic because the first part. You watch the very first part of Deadpool when he's taking down the Suburbans and stuff. That stuff is graphic, but they kind of died down. If you watch the movie, they kind of progress on the brutality a little bit. Like he doesn't really do. Like, even when he's killing everybody, he was trying to find out everything about where's Francis, and you don't really see what goes on. Yeah, and like even the scene where he finds the one dude he called Mr. Smith, you don't see what he does to him. And I want them to do more of that. I want to see more. Maybe they didn't have the budget, obviously, but I wanted to see more of that. I mean, Deadpool does some fucked up things. I want to see him doing those things as well. Because, I mean, we seen shit. I mean, this nigga took down a whole bunch of cars, wanted to do splat against the damn the speed sign.
Oh, yeah, the sign. Yeah.
One dude got his head caught by the freaking chain and stuff. Yeah. We see stuff like that. I want to see more stuff like that in these movies because that's what he is in the comics. So that's the one thing I want to see in this movie because we didn't really get to see that in this movie. Maybe they was waiting for this movie to do it. So enough of Deadpool 2. This movie right here, man. If this movie don't beat Avatar, we're all drunk. We are all drunk because we've been waiting for this for 10 years. Well, not technically. If you want, when did 2012 till now? 6 years. Because you want to think about it. Well,
6 years. Because nobody was.
We didn't think we were going to Thanos.
Yeah, nobody was thinking about Thanos before Avengers.
Because it's funny because even like the no audience didn't know what Thanos was. More people told him about that.
Yeah, literally everybody in the theater, with the exception of me, was like, "Who is that?"
Right.
I was like, "What?"
Because and grand example, my twin brother, we was in theaters. He asked me who was that when he said in the theater. Cause my theater we was excited. We knew some people in the theater was excited. The audience clapped. We knew exactly what was going on. But it's funny because even in the beginning of the movie, you see him going up the stairs. You already know. If you knew, you already know at the top of the stairs. I knew. I said, "Oh shit, they're not doing this."
You know what? I knew he was at the top of the stairs. I did not think they was going to show him.
But another thing is that in Captain America, we got introduced to the Tesseract. I knew exactly what the Tesseract was. I knew it was one of the Infinity Stones. I knew exactly what it was. So I said, "Are they really doing this? Are they really doing this?" I think, okay, we're gonna get to you in a minute. Okay, all right. What's gonna happen after that? And then when they showed Thanos,
you couldn't believe it.
I was just like, I was stunned.
You couldn't believe it. I was the same way. I'm like, they're actually going through with this.
And then it's like, okay, I knew that after the success of Avengers, oh yeah, they have no choice but to keep going. They have no choice but to keep going because we want to see this stuff. But Thanos is like, that's why I'm so upset about X-Men Apocalypse. That they could have built up to Apocalypse in these other movies, even with the original 3.
That's what they should have done.
They could have built up to that because and it's funny with Marvel is that X-Men is a team movie. Mm-hmm. The Avengers is the only team they have. They have the singular things going on. It's not like with X-Men, they had X-Men and they got singular movies. Mm-hmm. Marvel did the impossible. They had singular movies connect together. And now I'm going back and watching the movie. When I was watching the first Iron Man, I just sat in awe. Cause I watched the post-credit scene to where Nick Fury came up and said, "I want to talk about the Avengers Initiative." And it just felt like Marvel ain't dumb. They had a plan. Kevin Feige looked at the sideline and said, "Okay, we want to build the Avengers. We can't use Spider-Man. We can't use X-Men. We got to take a gamble and use Iron Man." And it freaking worked. And building up to right now, to see this trailer, man, to see all these different characters that we thought we would never see. Doctor Strange, Black Panther. We seen Spider-Man in MCU, not thinking we was going to ever see him in MCU. If this movie don't make over $2 billion, I'm going to be very upset. Because someone like me, I actually might do the impossible and go see this movie more than 5 times. And I don't usually do that. I've seen Avengers 3 times in the theaters. And that's the most I've ever seen a movie, ever.
What was the most I've seen? I guess Avengers was, I've seen that the most times. It's only because I worked at the theater at the time. It came out, so I probably saw that movie 4 times.
4 times in theaters?
4 times in theaters.
Wow. Yeah, the most time I ever seen a movie was...
Because I saw it. No, I saw it 5 times. Because I saw it 3 times the week it came out. Because I saw it.
Oh, you saw it first before it came out?
Yeah, I saw it first.
You went to see it the premiere and then you saw it again?
Yes.
Wow.
I saw it.
That's amazing.
Because the movie came out Thursday night.
Right.
I saw it Wednesday night.
Right.
Because before that, the only people that had seen it was like the people that was at the red carpet.
Right.
And working at the movie theater, you get the key, you plug it in, the movie unlocks at a certain hour. As soon as it unlocked, we watching this tonight. That was one of my best experiences in the movie. Even though it was only me and my boss in that movie, it was still a great experience because I never thought I would see those characters on screen at the same time.
Man, I probably haven't smiled that much. Besides The Force Awakens, I smiled a lot in The Force Awakens. It just felt like I was watching a Star Wars film again.
Yeah.
But Avengers, I smiled so much. Like seeing Thor fight Iron Man, then have Captain America come and just stop them and say, "Yo, calm down."
Right.
Like I just sat there, just a big smile on my face. Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Now going into now it's funny because you look at the first Avengers compared to this Avengers, and it's like everyone is totally different. Everyone is in different places, and it's just, how did we get here? Like, Guardians has a talking tree and a talking raccoon, and it worked.
That was their big gamble. I know you said Iron Man, but like Guardians was a big gamble because nobody knew who Guardians was, even comic book fans.
The only difference that why I say Iron Man was a gamble because they started the universe. They started the cinematic universe. Started with Iron Man. Mm-hmm. Like I said, me and you know who he is. Me and you. You know, this is 2008. Right. The biggest character we've seen so far on the big screen was Spider-Man. That's how everyone expected to be Spider-Man. So you start with Iron Man, and then you bring in Robert Downey Jr., who was been a train wreck before then.
People was like, what?
And then, but it's funny because he's the perfect choice. Right. He basically lived the life as Tony Stark.
Right.
But just seeing this trailer, man, I could probably watch the trailer over 100 times already. I know the lines, music, and everything already so far to this trailer, and just seeing all this come to fruition to now, like it makes me upset. I don't want to see another trailer. Is that bad? I don't want to see another trailer.
I do.
I don't want to see another one.
I understand why you don't want to see it because you've seen that trailer 100 times.
No, but it's like I really don't want to see. Like, you know, they don't have another trailer, obviously explain the story and stuff like that, showing the scenes, but I don't want to see nothing else. I think I've seen enough that I'm already sold. I'm sold.
I mean, I was sold before the trailer came out.
That's true, but like, we know exactly what this movie's gonna be.
Yeah.
Thanos is coming to get the stones. We know exactly what the plot is gonna be.
Yeah.
Do we need to see anything else?
We don't need to.
Right.
I want to.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah, we don't need it. Yeah, we don't need to.
Man, they could have literally just showed Avengers Infinity War. It was going to break records. And
they could have literally not shown a trailer.
Yeah. But a lot of people want to see it because we already had people see footage at Comic-Con and stuff. We already seen that already.
Right.
So, like I said, this is my highly anticipated movie of the year, obviously. If this is not, and most people anticipate it, even if you're not even a superhero fan, but just if you watch these movies, like, how can you not be excited for this? Because they've been teasing this even since,
for almost a decade.
Right. So, I'm all on the tangent. We'll let you talk, man. But this is my highly anticipated movie.
You said everything I was gonna say, man. There ain't nothing left to say. I'm super excited for this movie. It's been 6 years in the make. I mean, it's been longer than that, but the public has known of this movie for the last 6 years. I agree with you. Marvel knew what they were doing from the beginning. Mm-hmm. That's not to say that they had every single detail.
Exactly. Obviously, they can contradict what they can do.
Right. Because they do that all the time. I think soon they're gonna release another official timeline.
Because it's funny because the one thing is like I was watching Iron Man and he says, "You think you're the only superhero in the world?" And Captain Marvel comes out and she's gonna be in the 90s, and we know Nick Fury's gonna be in that movie. So it's funny when he come out and say, "You think you're the only superhero in the world?" When do you think he knew about Ant-Man? Do you think he knows about? Do you think he knows about Captain Marvel? Like he knows already before Iron Man even existed. Because we know Nick, like I said, we know Samuel Jackson, but the only hard part about it is
he knew about Ant-Man,
right?
Because he was part of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
In the beginning of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
So he knows.
So it's funny when now watching now knowing what comes in fruition, watching these movies, you see certain things that obviously is leading into this. You know what's going into the Avengers. When you watch certain things going into what's going into what. Obviously, the first phase is leading up to Avengers. And the second phase, obviously, to the Infinity Stones. With Avengers Age of Ultron, trying to delve a little bit into it. We got introduced to the Mind Stone, and Thor got his vision about the whole Infinity Gems thing going on. That's probably the only problem I have with Age of Ultron. We didn't delve more into that. I'm just so excited, man. Like, there's nothing else really to say, man.
There's nothing else to say, man. Nothing else to say.
Like, I know. Like I said, this has to be on everyone's number one. This has to be on number one. It has to be on everyone's number one, most anticipated. Like, Marvel's finally gonna do something that we've never seen. They're gonna have a finale. Because this is technically finale for some of these major characters. Like,
that's so depressing.
It's depressing, but it's so epic.
Yeah, it's epic, but it's like, man, like, can you imagine, like, people, like young people that were children, they've grown up with these characters.
Yep.
They're gonna feel about this how we felt about Logan.
That's true. Or they're gonna feel like this, like how I felt about Harry Potter.
Yeah, like,
because I technically spent 10 years of my childhood with the Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah.
And when it ended, I was in the theater getting a little teary-eyed. So with this movie, especially if they kill major characters.
Yes.
And Logan is a big example. Like, Logan started in 2000.
I was 10 years old.
In 2017.
I was 10 years old.
I was only 7 years old.
This is the only Logan we've ever known. The only Wolverine we've ever known. And oh man, I'm getting emotional just talking about it, man. You know what? I recently started watching the X-Men movies.
You told me.
Yeah.
No, you told me.
No, this week.
Oh, you started watching the old ones?
Yeah. I'm on Last Stand. I'm gonna watch Last Stand.
Tonight?
Probably not tonight. I'm probably gonna watch it because I just bought it.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we gotta be there by the way. What time is it? What time is it? We definitely gotta go get it.
It's 5:52.
Oh, damn. Because it's over.
Yeah, we ain't gonna make it.
We ain't making it. I had to wait to buy it. I'm highly excited for this movie, and I think you're gonna enjoy The Last Stand more. Cause you getting yourself into it. I recently just watched The Last Stand. I enjoyed it more now.
I know I did. The last time I watched the movies over, I was like, this is better than the last time I watched it. Yep. Because I watched it in the context of the original trilogy.
Right. Like not existing with Days of Future Past. Like,
watch
it. Those three. Like first, it was just those three at first.
I was like, you know what? Because the thing that messes that movie up is X-Men Origins.
That's true. That's very true.
X-Men Origins taints Last Stand.
Yeah, it kind of retcons the whole freaking.
Kick that movie out of the way.
It kind of retcons the whole
thing. There's a reason. There's a reason why
Origins before X-Men 1, and that kind of makes no type of sense.
Yeah, there's a reason why they ignored it.
Right.
Because
for
Days of Future Past, they acknowledged every movie but that one.
Right.
Because the thing is, in the first X-Men and in the second X-Men, Professor X and Stryker says, "Hey, it's been 15 years since you've been on googly mind."
Right.
And the X-Men Origins takes place in the 70s. So technically, that's supposed to be 25 years before the first
that's over 30 years. That's almost 30 years. Then that makes no sense.
Yeah, because the first movie came out in 2000.
It still kind of retcons it because Wolverine ends up being on Days of Future Past. When he goes into the past, he's not there. When he goes back, he's not. He's in a different place. Right. So why would he be?
He's not. He doesn't have amnesia yet. He still has his bone claws.
Yeah, that's
X-Men Origins messes it all up.
Yeah, I'm glad Days of Future Past happened now.
Yeah,
I'm glad it happened now because
I'm saying that's why Days of Future Past is the best X-Men movie.
That's true.
It's the best one.
Well, not counting Logan's a standalone, so you're not counting Logan.
Yeah.
But within the X-Men movies, you're definitely right. X-Men Days of Future Past it's probably the best one. The next one, X2.
X2.
See, it's hard to say.
I think they're interchangeable.
X2, man, just. We're going on a tangent, all right? But we're going on a tangent, but we're probably gonna end it on this. Obviously, Avengers: Infinity War is our highest anticipated movie of 2018. Like I said, this movie don't beat Avatar. We're all drunk. We're all fucked up. Because this movie is probably gonna be watchable. People are gonna be telling people to go see it. People are gonna go see it. That's what Avatar did. Avatar did a ripple effect where one, it released it 2 times in the theaters. So
and
they had the 3D effect. People went to go see it in 3D and 2D. So people told people to go see it in 3D and we go see it in 3D.
And Avatar was basically the Infinity War of that particular time because people had been waiting for that movie.
Yeah, James Cameron took like 12 years to make it. So.
Yeah, he was like I was waiting on the technology to catch up to me.
Right. So this movie right here, it should make its money because it has all the characters that we want to see in it. When we get Spider-Man in the Avengers movie, we get Doctor Strange, we get Black Panther, we get all these characters in an Avengers movie. It's not a Captain America movie. It's not that. It's an Avengers movie, and it's directed by the Russos, who did two of the best superhero movies
ever
of all time. So I have very faith in the Russo brothers. They know these characters. They really want this to be Thanos' movie. So that's one thing why I'm very excited for it too. They're gonna make Thanos kind of the main character. Like this is his movie. Yeah. Like you watch that trailer, that trailer feel like it's his. Yeah. That he comes in like, what's up? What's up? What's up? That's how you come in. What's popping, bro? That's how you come in. I was watching this one dude named Tyrone Magnus. He does trailer reviews. Right?
Yeah, yes.
He reviewed it. Yeah. He reviewed it, right? He did a reaction to it. He said, he come out looking like he came out from the gym.
Yeah.
He came out looking from the gym. He definitely did. You ready?
You know when you get done working out, you feel all swole. You walk around like,
you go like,
what's up?
He do a little grin. He don't even grin, just look up. He don't even grin, I'm just so excited. I think Josh Brolin's a perfect cast for Thanos. The voice, everything was just perfect, man. It's just perfect, man. I'm so excited. May is too far. It's only January. May is too far.
Yeah.
And there's only one reason why I think time going by fast. Time is going by fast, but I'm gonna watch every Marvel movie, that's come out. When Black Panther comes, you're like, damn. Yeah. That's it. Because February is such a short month. It's gonna like once Black Panther comes, that's it. Because March, April, those months, like I said, nothing really happens in those months. When the weather, once we know the weather gets hot, it's over with. Yeah. It's already here, and this comes out in the beginning of May, so that's why I'm happy.
May is the beginning of that. Like sometimes you got a few things that come out of April, like the fast movies.
Well, I wouldn't say I don't think New Mutants and count as a big blockbuster. I see that more independent.
Yeah,
that's more independent superhero film. So, but you do
that's like an art house superhero movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you can count as horror too. Yeah. We'll see what they call it. I think it's gonna be a horror film though. But you're right. Captain America actually came out in April when it came out, so that technically started it. But Fast and Furious did started too. No, remember?
It came out in June.
No, Captain America. Captain America Civil War came out in May, but Winter Soldier came out in April.
No, you were right. I thought you were talking about the first Avenger.
First Avengers came out in May.
No, I didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, the Captain America, the first Avenger.
Yeah, I was talking about Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, okay.
But that came out in, but you're right, that came out in July.
Yeah.
Because Thor came out in May. Yeah. Thor came out in May, and Captain America came out in July.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching those. I remember watching Thor. I remember going to see Thor. If I didn't see Captain
America. You know what? I think they should keep Thor in November. Thor feels like a November.
You're so right. But I think at that point in time, they was rushing those out before Avengers.
So we got to get everybody caught up. Yeah. So,
and at that point in time, it felt right for him to be in May. At that point in time, because we were just introducing him, but now we know Thor. So him being in November, it does work. Like I did like that they kept him in November last year.
I don't know. He just feels like a fall superhero.
Not even that. I just think it's not even that. It's just that it's easier for him to come out in that time because May is already so the summer is already so jam packed.
Yeah.
Like right now, I feel so bad for Ant-Man and the Wasp because you got Avengers and then you got Ant-Man coming out. It's like, but then like you got Deadpool and you got like, that's a lot.
Well, see, I don't feel bad for Ant-Man because
not that you know what I mean. Like
I know I'm saying because there's enough time for to die down.
Right.
For people to have anticipation about Ant-Man. That's one thing that I think hurt Power Rangers.
That's true.
Logan and Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast right now is like probably one of the highest grossing films.
Yeah,
too. So
yeah, you have all three of those movies come out within 3 weeks of each other.
Yep.
And I firmly believe that Power Rangers would have done better had it come out a month earlier.
February, or even January. January could have been that gem.
It was supposed to come out in January.
It could have been that gem that like, oh, we actually got a decent film.
Yeah, when they announced it, it was supposed to come out in January, and then
they should have, or they should have kept it in February. I think February would have been a good month for that. That would have been a good month because nothing came out in February that would have crushed it. They would have had a whole month if they would have come out early February. They had a whole February because then Logan didn't come out till like that first week. They would have had that whole month. But we're gonna end it on that. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We've been talking for a while. We've been going on 2 hours, but we're talking about these are our most anticipated movies of 2018. Let me know what your guys' most anticipated movies. Most likely Avengers is number 1. I don't care if nobody say Avengers is number 1. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe for more. And we're on this one, you guys.
Peace.
I wasn't even live no more. Oh, I am still live. Yo, we not even live that long. I'm lying.